Hello everyone. Let's continue chapter 16, that is light. Today we are going to study the other parts of the eye like eyelids, eyelashes, eyebrows, tear glands, etc. So first is eyelids. Eyelids protect our eyes from dust and intense light. The eyelids shut when we sleep. They blink to keep the eye moist. They blink very fast when something tries to enter the eye. Next is eyelashes. Eyelashes are the line of hair on the edge of eyelids. They trap dust coming near the eyes. The next one is eyebrows. Eyebrows help to keep dust and sweat out of eyes. Then the last is tear glands. These are small glands inside the upper eyelids. They make tears to keep the eyeball clean and moist. Next we are going to study the working of the eye. So how does our eye see moving objects and work? You know very well, the reflected light from an object enters the eye through cornea. Its amount is controlled by the iris and the pupil. This light passes through the aqueous humor, the eye lens and the vitreous humor in such a manner that an inverted image of the object is formed at the retina. The photoreceptors in the retina detect the brightness and the colors of the object. The message of the image formed at retina is picked up by the optic nerve and taken to the brain so that we can actually see. The optic nerve is a bundle of nerves which collect the visual signals from the retina, invert it on the way and transmit it to the brain for us to see the erect object. The point on the retina where the optic nerve is connected to it lacks photoreceptors and hence the image formed at this point is not sensed by the eye. This point is called blind spot. So, here you can see how the eyes work actually. When we see any image, we can see here the actual image of a tree. Then the image is formed on the retina and it is formed inverted on it. This is converted to electrical signal by the sensory cells, that is the rods and cones in the retina. These electrical signals are then transmitted to the brain through the optic nerve. The brain interprets the signals and renders or considers the image as erect. So this is how we see the things. Next is accommodation of the eye, or we can say power of accommodation. The ability to focus the eye on nearby and distant objects is called power of accommodation. The ciliary muscles relax to view distant objects and contract to focus on nearby objects. So this is known as power of accommodation. However, the muscles cannot be strained beyond a limit. And hence, if the object is placed too close to our eyes, the image formed on the retina would be blurred. Next, we come to the persistence of vision. The phenomena of the human eye by which the image of an object formed on the retina of the eye persists on the retina for 1/16th of a second. Then this phenomena is called persistence of vision. This phenomena makes the perception of motion. If still images of motion of an object are run before the eyes at the rate of 16 or more still images per second. This plays an important role in film technology, TV, etc. More than 16 still images of a motion of the object are projected on the screen per second. And then we feel that the object is moving. So this is known as persistence of vision.